IR is very different than traditional cybersecurity. And what you're doing mainly in Coinbase is more like, I would say, forensics rather than IR, or maybe correct
More
me if I'm wrong.
forensics, that's a whole other field. So forensics, investigation, we do a lot of bug hunting as well. So we do smart contract analysis and like do bug hunting, but very like tactical, like large swaths of vulnerability classes that we try to eliminate. Like I like my dream, an example when, again, in traditional security, there was a class of vulnerabilities called format string bugs, right? And people identified it, they understood how to mitigate it, and for the most part, the whole class of vulnerability was eliminated. That's the kind of thing. Like I want to eliminate a whole class of vulnerabilities for, let's say, reentrancy, or price oracle manipulation. Like take the big ones, like reentrancy. Like if you saw my DSS talk, is already like in the bottom right corner until Curve came along, but it's not a reentrancy vulnerability. It was a compiler
issue with a Viper.
But price oracle is on the tippy top, followed by reward manipulation. So like Euler, like you try to do tricky things to extract more value. That's the kind of things I want to solve.
And how do we solve it? With tooling, with audits, with
education, developer education, training. There are ideas about eliminating, if we go back to reentrancy, like there are ideas about eliminating reentrancy on compiler level or EVM level. Let's brainstorm this. I don't think it's an open question, which is what makes it so exciting. May or may not be a third startup idea.
Yeah, that's very
developing
interesting.
a language or approach or training for developers.
How to eliminate it on the post-deployment phase, not in the audit phase, because audit is not 100% tight. There are always vulnerabilities or logical vulnerabilities that either are missed or are being introduced through smart contract logical upgrades and state changes.
Yep.
So how do we eliminate them on the blockchain level? MEV, the first top idea, would be one interesting direction.
Maybe MEV, if there are any opportunities. I mean, we have a field of formal verification. It exists, but it's not as accessible maybe to all the people out there. What can be done?
Definitely.
We have, can we steal ideas from, again, traditional program? Can we build in these kind of defenses into language itself, or create standardized bulletproof libraries that people use? And for the most part, we did, right? Like, again, going back to Curve.
Solidity, yeah.
If we go back to Curve example, right? It wasn't an issue in the language. It wasn't an issue in the code itself. It was on compiler level, a bug way back when, which allowed this. So if we expose their vulnerability through a compiler bug, can we create a compiler feature that prevents now? We eliminated integer overflows in the latest version Solidity.
0.8.
What can we do? Can we add those kind of compiler features to eliminate other classes of vulnerabilities?
That's very interesting. Very interesting question. I think the industry will go there as well, for sure.